Well, good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. You look brilliant, sharp, and about to conquer a new world. My respects to your principal, to the PS from the Ministry of Education, our guest speaker, all the officers of the school, and to the parents. This is a very special occasion for you. And as on all of these occasions, I try to remember what it was like when I was standing in a similar place. Well, mine, of course, was a long time ago, over 50 years now. I was a student at St. Augustine's, graduated in 1970. And the people who spoke to me on that day were Lyndon Pinling and Loftus Roca. So you know that's a long time ago. Mr. Roca's still alive. I think he's 87 now. And Lyndon Pinling, of course, has passed on. You know who he is? Ever heard of him? Okay, I just want to be sure, because these days, you never know. So he was, of course, the first Prime Minister of the Bahamas. So one of the things I neglected to do, I'd forgotten that I should leave a gift to help with the expenses of this graduation, and I'll do that in the coming days. Which I'll tell you. But I do want to give a small token of appreciation to three of the students, the head boy, the head girl, and the valedictorian. And I'm only sorry that I'm not going to be here, but this was, I think originally this was supposed to be 1 o'clock. This was originally supposed to be 1 o'clock. I see I have a fan out at the back, but anyway, I tried to make it, and so I'll do that at the end. May I leave this with you? I just came back from meeting some students who are now at the University of the West Indies in Kingston, Jamaica. Treated them to dinner the other night. And I discovered after the dinner was over and the pictures were posted, one of the parents sent me a note saying, "That's my daughter standing next to the permanent secretary." And I said to myself that I sat through the whole dinner, the whole evening, and the young lady never once said, "My father is your good friend, Mr. So-and-so." Never once. And I wondered why that is. Because your parents are important to your identity. And I just want to leave this with you. So when people speak to you, as they will, as you go through life, as you go through university or on the job site, a couple of things are important. Your name is important. Your first name, and your last name. So people have this fashion of just giving you your first name, but you have two names. Your first name and your family name. So if someone meets you, you say, "My name is John Smith," or Ann Taylor. That's your name. That says who you are, and you should be proud of that name. Secondly, you went to Doris Johnson Senior High. That's who you are. And thirdly, my parents' names are so-and-so and so-and-so. Because your parents, that's who you are. They gave you the name, they gave birth to you, they raised you, they made it possible for you to be what you are today. So I leave that message with you. And then I'd like to say, George Mackey, who was my predecessor in this job, a long time ago, perhaps before you were born, he told me a story, or he actually wrote this in a book that he published. And he was a student at the government high school. And he told the story of two men, two very important men, who came to speak to the class to encourage the class what to do. One of them was A.F. Adley. Ever heard that name? Well, there's a school named after him. He was a very prominent lawyer and member of the House of Assembly, and also a part of the Executive Council, which was the forerunner of the cabinet in our country before independence. And he was a black man, and that was not possible mainly before 1967. So they named the school after him. Anyway, Mr. Adley was a very important man, and he came and he told the students, "You're now in school. When you leave school, you must go out and do grand things for humanity. Do all you can to help save mankind. That's your mission when you're in school." On the same day that he was there was another man, also a member of the House of Assembly. His name was L.W. Young. Ever heard that name? All right, so there's a school named after him as well. He represented this district for about 30 years. When he died in the early 1960s, they said he had the largest funeral that had ever been held in Fox Hill. So anyway, Mr. Adley comes up and he says, "I hear what A.F. Adley has to tell you about doing great things for humanity, but I want to tell you, what you ought to do when you finish school is learn your lessons in school, get a trade, and get a job so you can make some money and make a living." So, those are two alternatives. Do great things for mankind, go get a job, and make a living. Well, I'm saying to you that you can do both. You can do things for humankind and mankind, and you can make a living, get a job. That's what this education was for you to be able to raise yourself up, to take care of your family, and to build up your country. So I hope you remember that. This is going to be fading into history fairly quickly, but I want to say what a joy it is for me to see all of the excitement and to bring back those years, 54 years now, 53 years ago for me. I still remember it like yesterday, and I hope for you, I hope for all of you, the greatest joy in life going forward, and that this country will be as kind to you as it has been to me. Thank you. And now the valedictorian gets the computer. Head boy and head girl, if they come up, the head boy and head girl.